Hi, Our Story members. My name is Olivia Cole, and I'm the author of A Conspiracy of Stars, which is being published this month. I'm here to tell you that you're part of an amazing community of people doing important work and important writing, and I'm so grateful and blessed to be one of the people being able to say hello to you directly right now. My book is being published this month, and I hope you read it and I hope you enjoy it. But I also wanted to give you kind of a tour of my creative space and tell you a little bit about what it's like being a writer. If you don't already know, maybe you're a writer already and you don't need to hear this. But to say that this is my creative space is kind of a misleading statement, because my creative space is really wherever inspiration strikes. I'm sure most of you know how that feels. I wrote most of my books on the bus and on the train in Chicago, but since I've been in a relationship and married and have a baby and all that, I have to write more at home, so I kind of have to make it work here. Many of you, if you follow me on Instagram, know the orange couch. A lot of work happens on the orange couch, thinking and writing, and sorry about that light, and talking to my husband. I really talk his ear off a lot about whatever it is that I'm trying to make work at that time. He usually just sits there like, and that's how he inspires me, but he is my muse. But as far as my workspace, I kind of share it with my husband sometimes, but you see I have lots of books. I haven't really unpacked all my books yet. We've been here for 6 months, but having a baby will do that. Kind of slows everything down and throws a wrench in all your plans. But reading is kind of an essential part of my writing process. And I suggest to everyone, whenever you are stuck, if you're writers, if you're stuck and you're trying to get something done and you're a story or a poem and it's just not coming, or if you are getting to a place where you feel like your work kind of sucks, it's because you're not reading enough. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. I have to stop and read. And that's why I have some of my favorite books here. Can we see them? Yay, yay. Ignore this one on the bottom. This guy in Florida, can you see it? This guy in Florida lent me this book, and it's like one of those things, like maybe you know this, if people are like, oh, you like to read? Here, read this. And it's not really my thing. It's, no offense to Scott Smith, but it's not my thing. I also have Octavia Butler, who is with me always. Those are actually some t-shirts I'm going to be giving away at the book launch parties that I'm hosting in a couple of weeks for A Conspiracy of Stars. Shout out to Philadelphia Printworks for those. They have really amazing designs in general, but anything with Octavia Butler is a win for me. So yeah, I have lots of books. I also have, there's things that inspire me. There's Lupita and Albert and Prince, and that's my dog up there in the corner, my late dog. He was the dog I grew up with, and he's wonderful, and he inspires me always because we went on so many adventures together. Up there, I don't know if you can see those prints were made by one of my favorite artists, Kush Thompson. She's on Twitter as Cursive Bones. She's also on Instagram, but she is a really amazing artist. And honestly, I don't know how old are you, Kush? She's like 23 or something. She's truly the most gifted poet I've ever met, ever. I think she's going to go down in history, and she doesn't give herself enough credit. But I bought those prints from her, and I'm also going to be giving away some of her prints at two of the launch parties that I'm hosting. So if you're coming either into Chicago or Louisville, definitely check those out, or check the party out so that you can try to win one of Kush's amazing prints. What else do I have in here? Oh, I can't show you this. See that? That was a quick look, because that has notes on it, secret notes about books that I'm writing. But I will read one quote by my friend Jennifer Patino, and she says, "Everyone hates you when you are their apocalypse." And that has been on my board for probably 2 years, because I think when considering issues of whiteness and how white people, including myself, regard people of color in general, but like creators of color, as I'm thinking about the publishing industry and the barriers that are there in this industry, as many others, as every other. The idea of white people have been an apocalypse for so many, populations, but that we tend to see creators of color now invading the publishing industry as an apocalypse of some sort. So that quote means a lot of things to me. That's just what I'm thinking about this moment, as we think about the need for diverse books and diverse creators in the publishing industry, and again, in every industry. So that's just a little spiel for you there. I also have I don't know if you can see this, but a collage that my best friends made. When I left Chicago, they were very sad to see me go, and I was sad to go, of course. So I really surround myself with things that I love and people that I love. Usually that means books, but friends and icons and creators. So this is you see how small this room is. That's my space. That's what I really have to work with, especially when you have a sleeping baby in the other room. So you have to kind of stay out of there and writing here very quietly. I hear my husband coming down the stairs now, carrying her. She's asleep. So I'm gonna cut this short because as soon as she hears my voice, she's like, "Mom," and she wants to wake up and hang out and do things. So thank you for joining me on my little tour and listening to my if you read A Conspiracy of Stars, I hope you enjoy it, but don't let it be the last book that you read this year. There's so many good ones coming out, so buy them all, especially by creators of color. Put those first on your list. Yay. Okay, have a great 2018. Bye.